The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. The health department logged over 800 fresh COVID-19 infections today. The caseload is now at above 3,663,000, some 50,000 of which are still active. The virus killed at least 53 more patients, bringing the death toll to more than 56,500. Recoveries are now at over 3,556,000, with more than 1,600 new survivors. Less than 5% of some 23,000 tests recently conducted for this bulletin yielded positive results. COVID-19 patients and medical staff in one of Hong Kong's government-run isolation facilities are getting overwhelmed from the lack of clear protocols for quarantine. More details in this Bloomberg Quick Take.
No one tells you what's going to happen. You just don't know when you'll be out.
Ms. Wong has been in isolation for 20 days. She had mild symptoms after testing positive for COVID. Before being sent to this government-run camp, she was sent to the Asia World Expo, a convention center which was turned into a makeshift hospital with 500 beds. Ms. Wong has asked us not to reveal her identity.
It was a temporary, hospital facility, so each bed has no doors. There you get your patient badge, your barcode, and they give you meals every morning, afternoon, and night.
At Penny's Bay, she was given a room, but little guidance on what to do next.
I was really frustrated because clearly no one tells you what's going to happen. So it's like waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And our beds are actually precious, with the surgery in Hong Kong. It could be used for elderly or other people that are more in need.
Hong Kong's hospitals and quarantine facilities are inundated as the city deals with its worst virus outbreak. Staff and patients at Penny's Bay seem to be overwhelmed.
Around my neighborhood, I have heard a few shoutings. The walls here are actually not that thick. All staff that I've been dealt with, they have been polite, they've been friendly, but you can also hear that they are overwhelmed and also stressed out because they just don't know the answer to.
The government is building more isolation centers for the public. It says the city's small and dense apartments are less than ideal for home quarantine.
在这次这么厉害的第5波的新冠疫情，我可以说是没有一个完美的方案，因为根本就不可能。
The government plans to mass test the city's 7.4 million people in March, so the number of detected infections could grow.
We can build many this kind of isolation facility, but it's down to how many medical staff and doctors, nurses are ready to really take care for us. It frustrates the patients, it frustrates the frontline staff, and it seems like there's really no good system to back up.
And the Lacson-Sotto tandem took their campaign to Camarines Norte today. To tell us more about what happened over there, we have Man Los Baños joining us over the phone. Hi, Man. Good afternoon. What's the latest on Senator Sping and Tito?
Hi, Sean. Good afternoon. The duo is now in Daet, Camarines Norte to convince voters to choose them in the upcoming polls. They were welcomed by Governor Edgardo Tallado, has already endorsed the Bongbong Marcos and Sara Duterte tandem. Senator Ping Lacson said that he and Governor Tallado go way back with their friendship. He added that they are not seeking endorsements for the upcoming polls. Aside from meeting farmers and other sectoral groups in Daet, Lacson said that he and Tallado talked about certain things but not endorsements. His running mate, Senate President Tito Sotto, echoes this, saying that a good working relationship with LGUs and local officials are more important than endorsements. Despite Camarines Norte being a bailiwick of his rival Vice President Robredo, Lacson said that at the end of the day, voters will still decide for themselves who they think is the best fit to lead the country. Meanwhile, Sean, Lacson disagrees with Comelec's plan to give general topics ahead of the upcoming debates. Lacson said this would be like like giving info leaks in exams. He suggests that candidates should study and prepare for the debates instead of asking for questions in advance. Senator Lacson said that candidates who are gunning for the country's top posts should be knowledgeable and prepared to solve issues if they're to become president. Sean?
Thank you so much for that update, and do stay safe out there in Bicol. That was Mean Los Baños reporting to us over the line. And meanwhile, the Robredo Pangilinan ticket is holding a campaign rally in the city of Manila, the bailiwick of presidential bet Isko Moreno. Hundreds of supporters clad in pink shirts marched from España to Plaza Noli in Sampaloc. Over 100 current and former heads of schools and universities, as well as former education secretaries, have also expressed their support for Robredo. Presidential aspirant Leody de Guzman had called out the UNA-team's so-called neutral stance on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. In a statement, Leody said that being neutral in times of injustice means choosing the side of the oppressor. Marcos Jr. had earlier said that there is no need to take a stand on the issue. The labor leader says the Philippines should stand against oppression, given the country's long history with colonization. Let's take a quick look at today's other top stories. GCash says it has been complying with the guidelines for the safe and secure e-sabong operations. This comes on the back of dozens of allegedly missing e-sabong players over the past week. Senator Bato de la Rosa, who is part of the panel investigating the issue, claimed that 75% of transactions on the mobile wallet is from e-sabong activities. Meanwhile, the National Police Force is now investigating some of its personnel allegedly involved in e-sabong. PNP records show 7 complaints involving police officers having been filed since January of this year. And devotees flocked to the Baclaran Church this Ash Wednesday, with lines stretching out to Redemptorist Road. The NCR, as well as 38 other areas, are now under COVID-19 Alert Level 1, where in-person religious gatherings are allowed. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.